Just like I've had over 1,000 failed first dates, The Sims 4 has over 1,000 packs. It is a lot, and we need to talk about which packs are worth buying or which packs are worth your PC storage space. This video is going to be so long, and I have to do a new one every year because they release so many new packs every year, and this video will have timestamps, so make sure you check the description for the contents of the entire video so that it's a lot less overwhelming. You can just skip to the bit that you want. Alternatively, have me on in the background. I have got my crispy Diet Coke and we're just here to sit down, chill. You could even play this video as you're falling asleep. Why not? So what are Sims 4 packs? Well, we have the base game, which is free to download. Unfortunately, the base game is pretty much trash. So in order to make it seem remotely, even just slightly more interesting, you have to pay for some extra stuff. There are three main types of packs: expansion packs, game packs, and stuff packs. Expansion packs expand on the game in a allegedly large way. For example, coming with a big new world, or coming with lots of new build stuff and create sim stuff, or coming with a lot of brand new gameplay. Game packs, on the other hand, sometimes they come with a little world, sometimes they don't have a world. They normally come with a smaller niche little bit of gameplay. And then we've got stuff packs, which are just really tiny microtransactions that add a tiny little bit of gameplay and a tiny little bit of build stuff and create a sim stuff. We also have kits number 4. This is the microtransaction final boss of The Sims 4. This is either just create a sim stuff or build stuff, a very tiny amount, by the way. Do you need every pack for The Sims 4? No, absolutely not. I think to make the game feel more fun, just a couple of packs is fine. You don't need a whole collection. Also, I just can't express enough, do not buy any Sims 4 pack at full price because they are not worth it at full price, I promise you. EA are constantly doing Sims 4 sales all the time, and I personally would say 50% off is the minimum benchmark price for a Sims 4 pack, whether that be expansion pack, game pack, or stuff pack. Expansion packs and game packs are often 50% off. Stuff packs are sometimes 50% off. I personally just wouldn't drop below 50 if I were you. And to help you save money on Sims 4 packs, today's video is sponsored by Instant Gaming. Instant Gaming sells very, very cheap video games at discounted prices, including new video games, including pre-ordered video games, and of course many other older games too. And as you can see, they sell Sims 4 packs very cheaply. You can see a lot of these expansions are more than 60% off, which is literally an insane deal. I personally recommend getting any Sims 4 packs through Instant Gaming just because you're getting a much better deal. You basically get one of those redeem codes that you put in the EA app, and it just functions like as a normal pack. It's fine. It's just you're getting it cheaper from somewhere else. So I will pop a link to that in the pinned comments and in the description of this video. Thank you very much to Instant Gaming for sponsoring. Anyway, let's now take a look at every single pack, giving you a brief overview of all of the packs, giving you my overall score because I've given a brutally honest review of every single Sims 4 pack at this point. And I'm going to try my very best to be unbiased. And although I'm giving you my personal score, this is more so about just giving you a feature overview and a performance and bugs and glitches disclaimer for every pack, because some packs don't really work, by the way. Welcome to The Sims 4. The Sims 4 get to work adds live careers into your game. Originally in the Sims 4 base game, you only have rabbit hole careers, which means that they fade off into work and come back later. With this pack, you actually follow them to work as either a doctor, a scientist, or a detective. You can also allegedly create your own retail business, although I will say it doesn't work very well and it's not very well implemented. The pack also comes with aliens, which are not that great, and also a tiny world, which is pretty crap too. And I gave Get to Work a 7.5 out of 10 in my brutally honest review. So I would just say, by the way, I personally would not regret getting Get to Work just because it comes with the live jobs and it makes their lives a little bit more interesting. The next expansion is Get Together. This is a pack about making and joining clubs in the game where you do club activities together. It comes with some random brand new gameplay activities like a DJ booth and some kind of dancing. The world is probably one of the best worlds in the entire game. Also, the build mode stuff is some of the best in the game. This is one of those really random packs where it was a little bit of a flop because nobody really understood what it was. Even now, I don't really understand what it is. It's basically just kind of like a very beautiful world plus a slight overhaul to night clubbing in the game. I gave this pack a total of 8 out of 10. I personally quite like this pack, but I think if you didn't buy it or you didn't install it, then it doesn't really matter. I don't think you would miss it. The next expansion pack is City Living. This is the apartment pack in the game. Obviously a very popular concept. It simply comes with a big city world with apartments, and it comes with some other random things like city festivals, and it comes with karaoke, and it comes with a family-friendly take on narcotics. I gave City Living an 8 out of 10 in my overall score for the pack, and I just thought it was so great. Pretty much everything in the pack, really. I would say most of you would not regret getting this pack if you got it. The next Sims 4 expansion pack is Cats and Dogs, and this pack comes with the ability to own some cats or own some dogs, and you can also become a vet and run your own veterinary clinic in the game. The world is probably one of the best worlds in the game, I would say. It's very pretty. It's got a lot of potential if you like building. So being real, I would say that Sims 4 Cats and Dogs are probably the worst pets out of all of the pets packs from the Sims 1, 2, 3 and 4. They don't really do that much. There aren't very many features, and I know it's a very popular pack concept. I personally gave it a 5 out of 10 in my review. On a personal note, I just can't recommend this one to you at all, even if you just like love animals. I know a lot of people get The Sims only so that they can play with the pets pack. I just don't think you will enjoy it, being honest. I don't think me saying that's going to stop you getting it. 100% you're going to buy this pack anyway if you haven't already bought it, but I'm just being real, you will regret it. Next we have The Sims 4 Seasons, and thanks to EA and their predatory monetization of The Sims, we have to pay for weather and seasons in this game. Seasons just takes your Sims out of an eternal summer and gives them normal everyday life seasonal activities to do, and this includes a holiday making system where you can even create your own holidays in addition to all of the pre-made holidays that exist. I personally gave the Seasons pack a 7 out of 10 in my review. I just want to make it clear this pack does not come with a brand new world. That's because it adds weather effects to every other world, although they haven't really added many weather effects to some of the more recent worlds. They seem to be getting a little bit lazy with it, but most of the worlds have seasonal weather. I would say Seasons is one of those packs that makes your game feel a lot more alive, but then it also feels very predatory. I feel like with Seasons installed, it makes your Sims feel like they're actually living like day to day or week to week or month to month or even year to year, whereas without it, they're just stuck in an endless summer, and it just helps the game feel a little bit less uncanny valley. I don't think you'll regret buying it. I think it's not worth the money at all, but it's at least worth the storage space for sure. Next we have The Sims 4 Get Famous. This pack is obviously about becoming a celebrity, and you go through the ranks of being a celebrity from a 1-star celeb to 5 stars, and you earn different kinds of perks and interesting celebrity quirks along the way. The world is an absolute flop, being honest, and the gameplay is also a huge flop. It comes with an acting career, which is a live career like the ones in Get to Work, and It's fun for about an hour, but then after you've done it, you've basically done it and you don't ever really want to do it again because it gets a little bit boring and repetitive after a while. I personally gave this pack a 5 out of 10 in my overall review. I personally feel like being a celebrity yourself is fun, but the other pre-existing celebrities are bad, the gameplay of the pack is bad, and the world is bad. I personally don't think you would regret if you didn't buy the pack. That was like a double negative. What I'm saying is I don't think you need to buy the pack. It's not worth it in my opinion. Next up is The Sims 4 Island Living, and just like cats and dogs, this is another really popular concept because everybody wants to live in the beach paradise world. Although just like cats and dogs, it's a little bit underwhelming. I don't really know what this pack comes with. It comes with a vibe, basically. The gameplay is pretty lackluster. In the marketing, you'll see it comes with things like jet skiing or like wind sailing or whatever, but in terms of actual gameplay, it's extremely underwhelming, and it's almost like watching a hamster in a spinning wheel, watching your Sims jet ski in a circle around a tiny enclosed space. It comes with random things like a tropical looking barbecue, and it comes with mermaids, but I would say the mermaids are pretty underwhelming. They only have like 4 magic spells and things they can do. They're pretty boring, pretty crap. I gave this pack a 6 out of 10 in my overall review. Being real with you guys, I think this is one of the worst Sims 4 expansion packs to ever be released. I feel like you're going to buy it anyway because you want the beachy seaside resort world, and I can't stop you, but I am going to tell you now, you will not enjoy it. Next up, we have Discover University. This is a pack for when Sims are young adults and up. They can choose between one of 2 universities, a posh university or a chav university, and there are many different courses, majors, and they are cross-pack compatible with a lot of the skills from other packs, although not all of them because they have forgotten a lot of them, unfortunately. I think the world is quite pretty, but it's also pretty underwhelming. University in The Sims 4 involves going into rabbit holes, so even though you live on a campus, they will fade into a building and fade back out, so you don't really do much gameplay with them. It's more so just like enter a rabbit hole, come home, do your like homework assignments, and then do some random social events. I gave this pack a 6 out of 10 in my brutally honest review. I would say the favorite thing for me is probably the servo robots, which is a brand new occult in the game, which I actually think are quite fun to play with. On a personal note, university in The Sims 4 is probably even more stressful than university in real life, and I don't understand why they made it so hard. And it's not hard in like a challenging way, it's more just hard in like a grinding for the sake of grinding kind of way. The gameplay loop wasn't quite there. I would say Discover University is a huge miss. The next pack is Eco Lifestyle. This is one of the more wishy-washy packs where it's all about being an eco warrior, just like how BP gaslit us into thinking we all have our own individual carbon footprint. The Sims 4 Eco Lifestyle also gaslights your Sims into thinking they have their own carbon footprint, although it's not really gaslighting because they actually do, and your individual Sim can have a huge impact on the world around them, making your neighborhood look like a polluted, horrible, post-apocalyptic mess, or making it look very green and lush. There's also some kind of city planning career, which is like a live career, but it's kind of not a live career. It's like in between live and rabbit hole, and they have like community space projects. It's all about reduce, reuse, and recycle. I gave this pack a 5.5 out of 10 in my review. I was pretty underwhelmed with the gameplay. I didn't think it made much sense in terms of the implementation. The idea was fantastic. It's just the way that they did it I didn't really understand. The world is also probably one of the worst worlds. On a personal note, I think it's a fun, novel concept. It's just, it doesn't really function that well, and the eco gameplay is only limited to the world that comes with Eco Lifestyle, so there's not really much you can do in terms of replayability of the pack. I just find it a little bit underwhelming, and I don't regret buying it, but I don't really feel like I need it in my game. The next Sims 4 expansion pack is Snowy Escape. This pack is basically a Japan simulator, but in order to market it towards people who aren't weebs, they added skiing and snowboarding, or should I say skiing and snowboarding slope in one section of the world. The world actually has snow, although it doesn't function in the exact same way as the Seasons pack snow. It's a more limited version of snow, but at the very least it's still snowing outside of Seasons. I would say it's one of the prettiest worlds in the game, but it's definitely a vacation pack. I gave it a 7 out of 10 in my review of the pack. I would say I was most impressed by Create a Sim and Build mode. I personally felt like the world and the gameplay with the world was just very underwhelming, and just like Island Living, it's one of those vibe packs where it comes with an aesthetic, but it doesn't really come with actual gameplay that's fun and has a proper gameplay loop that's well thought through. Just like Island Living, I would say this pack is a big avoid. The next expansion pack is The Sims 4 Cottage Living. This pack brings the countryside into The Sims 4, and it comes with llamas and cows and chickens. These are new ownable animals, but you can also have wild rabbits and wild foxes. It also comes with a lot challenge, which is about living off the land, meaning that you can't just buy food from your fridge. You actually have to buy it from a market stall, or you have to obviously make it yourself. I would say this is probably one of the prettiest worlds in the game, albeit quite lacking in terms of gameplay. I think it's pretty. I think the Create a Sim and Build stuff's quite pretty too. I'm biased probably because I'm British. I gave this pack a 7.5 out of 10 in my brutally honest review. I personally just feel like this pack has a much better gameplay loop than a lot of the other ones, because it gives you a general direction in terms of having to live off the land as a goal. Is it in depth, like absolutely fantastic? No, this is a Sims 4 pack. If you want to like a farming sim thing, just play Stardew Valley, like it's not that hard. Or if you're hard pressed about the 2D art style, go play Story of Seasons. Like the Sims 4 is not going to scratch that itch, but I do think the Cottage Living is one of the better packs in terms of a gameplay loop, and I don't think you'll regret it. High School Years is the next Sims 4 expansion pack, and just like how the Sims 4 Get to Work came with live jobs, this one comes with a live school for teens only, but not for kids. I think the world is all right looking. It comes with a lot of like rabbit holes, like a fake rabbit hole fairground and things. It's not the most fun. With the Sims 4 High School Years, your teen Sims will be having their final exams every single week. They will be going to their end of year prom every single in-game week. It comes with like really random things. Like I think it comes with body hair growth. So if you want the ability to actually grow body hair, unfortunately that's not a basic life sim thing. This is a premium feature of High School Years. It comes with bubble tea. I gave this pack a 4 out of 10. I would say its strongest suits are build mode and Create a Sim mode, which are actually quite fantastic, to be honest. On a personal note, I think the gameplay is utter shite. It really is. Is this the worst Sims 4 expansion pack? Potentially. It's the worst EP. Avoid this one like the bubonic plague. They've somehow managed to make high school worse with this pack than it simply being a rabbit hole experience. The next EP is Growing Together, and I don't really understand what this pack is. Something about family bonds, growing through the stages of life. It's a very abstract pack concept indeed. Growing Together is basically an update to the Sims 4 base game. Even the world that this pack comes with kind of looks like the base game world Willow Creek. It comes with basic updates to gameplay. For example, it comes with an achievement system which gets you a little badge when you do certain things as you go through life. It comes with very intricate small details like losing a tooth as a child or holding your head up for the first time as an infant. They also paywalled diaper changing behind this pack, so without this pack you can't actually change your toddler's diaper on a changing table, which is kind of funny. I gave the pack a 5.5 out of 10 in my brutally honest review, which made the Sims community very, very mad when I gave it that review, because although the overall score was 5.5, I gave the gameplay a 3 out of 10. On a personal note, I don't really understand what this pack comes with. It's just a base game update. It's maybe what the Sims 4 skill-based game should have been on release 10 years ago. I think if you're the kind of person that plays in speed 1 and you don't speed it up to like speed 2 or 3 and you watch through every single interaction, you read every single moodlet change in detail, and you screenshot your game and upload pics to Tumblr of your screenshots, like if that's you, you will 100% love this pack. I just feel like it's marketed as more of a generic pack that I think a lot of people will love, but it's actually very, very niche. I personally don't like it, but I think a lot of people do. Next up, we have The Sims 4 Horse Ranch, which, as you can guess, comes with horses. This is one of those packs where I have to give a disclaimer, kind of like the high school years pack, because it doesn't work very well. Horses are very underwhelming and they don't really do anything. You can make them literally jump around like barrels, or they can just like kind of run around them, but they literally run in a small circle over and over and over and over and over again. You can't make obstacle courses. You can't really take them into competitions. It's a rabbit hole. You don't see what's going on. What you can actually do with horses is very underwhelming. And the only other thing that you can do is nectar making, which is a way of saying wine making in the game. I would say horses are even worse than cats and dogs. But then again, is me saying that gonna stop you getting it? Probably not. I gave it a 6.5 out of 10 in my review of it. I think the create sim and build stuff is what holds the pack together quite well. Other than that, it just comes with a very underwhelming feature which allows you to ride object mesh that looks like a horse. If you want a horsey simulator, maybe play Red Dead Redemption, I don't know. On a personal note though, I actually really enjoyed this pack when I played with it, apart from like, you know, saying all of this. I think if money's no object and you combine it with The Sims 4 Cottage Living and you make your whole kind of like farm thing going on, it's just a very small addition to that and it makes it feel a little bit more fun, although I can't recommend it ethically because it's not very good. It's very glitchy and just doesn't come with many features. Next up is The Sims 4 For Rent. As we know, EA like to monetize very random things, so this is kind of like apartments but not really. So in The Sims 4, when you get a property you buy it, but with this pack you can rent it, which you can do with The Sims 4 City Living. But what makes For Rent different is that you can actually rent different areas of the same lot to different people. In other words, you can build 2 different buildings on one lot as separate homes that you rent. And you can be a landlord, allegedly, or you can be a tenant. There is a loading screen between each lot that's on the same lot, if you know what I mean, and you can build them anywhere. I personally think it's incredible for build mode, like one of the coolest build features in the game for sure. But this one comes with the caveat that it's very broken. I gave this pack a 4 out of 10 in my overall review, and in the performance / bugs and glitches section of the review, I gave it a 1 out of 10. And to this day, For Rent is still corrupting people's saves. It is still wreaking absolute havoc. The way they implemented being able to have multiple lots on the same lot is just too unstable, and your game will not be able to handle it. Even though I think it's a great pack, to be honest, if you're a build mode player. If you solely enjoy building and you do not enter live mode, then I think it's all right, because building the residential rentals is fun. But in reality, okay, it is not worth it for build mode. It's going to ruin your game. This is a 100% avoid from me. Next up, we have The Sims 4 Lovestruck. This pack is about dating, and it brings a dating app into the game, which is a very, very basic dating app, I must say. It also comes with some additions to social features, including a romance dynamic system, which adds a label to your Sims relationships as being like steamy or being as reserved or distant or something. It comes with turn-ons and turn-offs for your Sims, and these can be quite in-depth. It also comes with a brand new date feature where you basically create a date based on different activities. I would say this pack's a bit of a flop. I gave it a 3.6 out of 10 in my review. I think the animations are nice. It comes with a lot of brand new animations that are very dirty and sexy, and this pack definitely brings back a lot of the naughtiness to The Sims 4 that was missing previously. On a personal note, I just really enjoy the naughtiness that this pack brings. It's just the actual gameplay itself, it literally makes dating worse, and a lot of simmers can unanimously agree with this pack that if you get it, it will make it harder to date in game because it comes with all these different dating features, but they all conflict with each other and they weren't implemented very well, meaning that it literally just makes dating harder in The Sims 4 and less fun and less appealing as a player. So I would say this one is an avoid personally. Next, we have The Sims 4 Life and Death. This pack adds an expansion to ghosts, making them feel a bit more fun. It comes with a Grim Reaper live career. It also comes with some other random features relating to death, like it comes with an inheritance system, it comes with a rebirth system, it comes with bucket list life goals. I gave this pack a 7 out of 10 in my review, and it's one of the only Sims 4 packs where I actually felt like the world was integrated with the gameplay quite well. I felt like they actually tried to make the world feel interesting and actually make it feel explorable. I felt like the gameplay was a lot of fun for me personally. Me being biased, I would say like this is a really great pack. I actually really loved it compared to a lot of the other Sims 4 expansion packs, and to me, dare I say, it's probably even my favorite Sims 4 expansion pack. With that being said though, it's obviously very niche because it's like a supernaturally thing, and it does come with some gameplay that's not supernatural, like an inheritance system, but this really is for the people who enjoy the more kind of gothic supernaturally side of The Sims. I would say, as I said, one of my favorites, so I don't think you would regret getting it at all if it's your vibe. They definitely tried quite hard with it compared to a lot of the others. Then next up we have The Sims 4 Businesses and Hobbies. This pack comes with the ability to designate an area of your lot into a home business, so you can have like a downstairs shop and an upstairs apartment. And I just want to express, this is not the same as a retail store in The Sims 4 Get to Work. In Get to Work you can actually run a shop and you can sell pretty much anything from a shop, but with Businesses and Hobbies you can only sell some select clutter objects, the kinds of objects that fit on smaller end tables, or you can sell artwork and you can sell it from a stand as like a side thing rather than a main feature. It's like when you go to the zoo, you're there to see the animals, but there is a gift shop at the end. It kind of comes with that like gift shop style of selling things, so it's not the same as a real shop. It's more so about selling a service, whether that be doing tattoos or holding pottery classes. I think the pack's very interesting because you can basically turn a lot into any kind of community lot with the ability to edit all the different business activities you can do. It's also very cross-compatible. I've tried making a laundrette. I don't know what Americans call that. A laundry mat or something you call it. You can make your own clubs and gyms and pubs. You can create a dance studio. You could create a psychic medium workshop. There's a lot you can do. I gave this pack a 6 out of 10 in my overall review, even though I personally think this is a fantastic pack in terms of the customization of being able to make your own shop. Looking at it objectively, it doesn't really come with any new hobbies, and I just want to say as a disclaimer for this pack, it's called The Sims 4 Businesses and Hobbies, but it doesn't come with any hobbies really. It comes with pottery and tattooing. Like, they're not normal mainstream hobbies, like come on. If we change the name of this pack to The Sims 4 Home Business Hustle or something, Get to Etsy, something like that, then I think it would be more appropriate. But I just need to give you the disclaimer, this is not a hobbies pack. This is a design your own community lot and profit from it expansion pack. I think it's fun, honestly. I don't think you need it for your game at all, but I definitely think if you enjoy making money through self-employed means in the game, then this is the #1 pack. I am on the second Diet Coke. I also had a chocolate pastry, which I've edited out me eating. And next up, we are looking at Sims 4 game packs. The first one is Outdoor Retreat, and this comes with outdoor camping. It comes with a new world, although I just want to say you can't actually live in the world. It's a vacation only world, which is really annoying. As the first ever pack release for The Sims 4, it is extremely bad, extremely lackluster. I gave it a 3 out of 10. It literally just comes with like an outdoor world, and it comes with like camping tents, and you can catch insects in the forest forests in the world, and you can craft them into balms, which is something that you rub on your skin in order to do something like give you a +1 happy moodlet or whatever. It's not very good. On a personal note, I would just say this one is a 100% total avoid. Don't touch it, don't look at it, don't go near it. Next we have The Sims 4 Spa Day, and you might see this referred to online as a Spa Day refresh, and refresh is just EA's marketing term of adding new features to the pack because it didn't sell that well to begin with, so they try to upsell it again. So Spa Day basically comes with the ability to create a spa community lot, and it comes with like a sauna, it comes with a massage table, it comes with the ability to paint your toenails and your fingernails and have mud baths, whatever. I don't really think it's a very fun pack, and it technically comes with the ability to work in a spa, although it was implemented absolutely terribly. This is one of those ones where if you have The Sims 4 businesses and hobbies, then maybe it actually makes it functional, because that pack allows you to run and own your own spa if you have both packs installed. But without that pack and just Spa Day alone, you can basically attend a spa, but you can't really work in one properly. I gave it a 4 out of 10 in my review. I personally would say avoid this pack. It's not fun. The whole spa concept's pretty crap and boring. Even with the refresh, it's just not good. Next up is The Sims 4 Dine Out. This comes with the ability to eat at a restaurant. It also comes with the ability to run and own your own restaurant if you want to, or should I say, if you can. The Sims 4 Dine Out is a pretty abysmal pack, and this is definitely is it the worst? Maybe it's the worst pack in the whole of The Sims 4. The pack basically doesn't work. Going to a restaurant doesn't work at all. Running and owning your own restaurant kind of works, but you can't actually work in the restaurant. You just kind of own it and you walk around and you speak to customers, but you don't actually do anything. Like, you don't make food, you're not a waiter or anything. If you like the idea of building restaurants in a world, if you're solely a build mode player who doesn't enter live mode, then maybe it's all right. I gave it a 2.5 out of 10 in my review. I personally cannot recommend this pack at all. Like, your Sims do not need restaurants. Like, they don't need it. It's not happening. It's not working. I know you love the idea of it. It's just not happening. I'm sorry. Like that guy with all the red flags and you're like, I can change him. You're not changing him, and you're not going to make Dine Out work equally. Next up, we have Vampires, the first like proper occult game pack. So it's pretty self-explanatory what The Sims 4 Vampires game pack comes with. The world, I will say, is abysmally small. The main focus here is on vampires, which are quite fun to make in CAS actually. I actually really love the build mode in this pack. It's probably one of the best packs in my opinion for build mode. It's got obviously a very gothic style. I think vampires are definitely there's a wasp in my bedroom. Did you see that? Did you see that fly past me? Apologies, I forgot what we were talking about. I gave Vampires a 7 out of 10 in my review. I think it's just a fun thing to mess around with. It doesn't come with long-term gameplay value at all, but it adds a little bit of fun to your game if you're bored and you want something new that's supernaturally. Next is The Sims 4 Parenthood. This one does not come with a world. This one comes with brand new parenting interactions where parents can help develop their children's personalities and their values and mannerisms by teaching them life skills and encouraging or discouraging behaviors. It also comes with a small amount of gameplay for kids and teens, like some new gameplay activity objects and after school homework activities to do. I gave Parenthood a 5 out of 10 in my brutally honest review, just because the whole point is that it's supposed to come with more family gameplay, but it instead just comes with gameplay for the parent. It doesn't encourage you to play as the child sim. It just, you're playing as the parent, but clicking on the child sim to discipline them, but you're not actually playing as them, so it doesn't make family gameplay more fun. Although I would say it's a better family pack on a personal note, by the way, than the Growing Together expansion pack. I would say this game pack's a lot better for making a family feel more dynamic. That's just me. So I would say if you want a family pack, I personally would choose Parenthood over Growing Together, but I think they're both not very great. The next pack is The Sims 4 Jungle Adventure. This pack comes with a vacation only world, so you can't live there. So when you visit the jungle adventure world, you can enter a jungle and you might stumble across a little bit of treasure. You might also stumble across one singular temple, and in this one temple it has some kind of basic puzzles where you can uncover like hidden artifacts and things if you make it through. And then it kind of has replayability, because if you visit back to the same temple, the interior layout very slightly changes every time. There's a few different variations, but it still feels repetitive. It doesn't feel different enough. This is a pretty badly implemented pack, I'm not gonna lie. I personally actually really enjoyed it, and I gave it a 7.6 out of 10 in my review. So on a personal note, I would say it's okay, but trying to look at it objectively, I think you'll play with it for about an hour, then get bored and just never touch it again. I would say it's quite lackluster, being honest, and not the most thrilling adventure. Next up, we've got The Sims 4 StrangerVille. This pack comes with a new world, which is quite big, to be honest, considering it's a game pack. And this is different to other packs because it's storyline focused. So there's like a semi-linear storyline where all of the Sims in this world are possessed, and you've got to uncover the secret as to why. And I say it's a semi-open storyline because you've got set tasks to do, but you can kind of go about them in any kind of different way that you like. I gave this one a 6 out of 10 in my review. Although something to say is you don't actually have to complete the storyline. You can just ignore it and just like live in the world normally. On a personal note, I like the storyline, but obviously once you've done it, and you never have to do it again. It's over. So it does lack a lot of replayability value, although I personally just found it quite fun. This is definitely a very strange niche bit of gameplay. Would you regret it if you bought it? I don't think you'd regret it, but I think you just play through it once just because you're a bit bored, and then you'd never really look at it again. Next up, we have The Sims 4 Realm of Magic, and this pack comes with spellcasters, in other words, witches and wizards. There's not really like a set witch and wizard theme. It's just kind of like generic Sims that can cast spells. It comes with a very tiny world, arguably the worst world in the entire game. It comes with the infamous magic school that they somehow built up to look like an American suburban house. Magic in The Sims 4 is not the most fun thing in the world. A lot of people really don't like it, and that's because I think the features were implemented in a very basic way. I gave it a 5 out of 10 in my overall review, although I gave the gameplay an 8 out of 10 because I personally quite enjoyed it. But I can see why most people don't really enjoy Realm of Magic that much. It just comes with some very basic potion making, some very basic learning spells, and it comes with a pet familiar system, which is where like a little minion floats next to you, although there's not really any interactions with it, so don't get too excited. On a personal note, as I said, I really enjoyed it, but it definitely feels like an introduction to spell casting rather than a fully in-depth pack, and I can categorically say it's not worth it unless you're like extremely into magic kind of stuff. I wouldn't say I regret getting it because I liked it, but it's not something I play with a lot. Next up, we have The Sims 4 Journey to Batuu. So basically, EA had a deal with Disney, and they needed to find a way to big up and market the Galaxy's Edge area of Disneyland and Disney World. So Disney allegedly, probably more than likely, paid EA off to add this game pack into the game, and it's just an advertisement for Star Wars, really. It's a vacation only world, and it actually doesn't have any lots in the world. It's a very weird experience, and it's not really The Sims. It's just like a totally separate Star Wars game, but like coded into The Sims. It has a very weird gameplay loop where you complete missions in order to earn galactic credits, and you use the galactic credits to buy tools which help you with other missions which help you earn more galactic credits. But you can't really use these galactic credits to buy any kind of fun new gameplay objects. The gameplay loop is pretty abysmal even if you are a Star Wars fan. I gave it a 1 out of 10 in my review, and on a personal, I'd say if you like Star Wars, like just get a Star Wars game. Like, you don't get Star Wars in The Sims, just get a normal Star Wars game, or Lego Star Wars, of course. So this one is a 100% avoid from me and pretty much every other simmer on this entire planet. Next up is The Sims 4 Dream Home Decorator. This pack has you work as an interior designer in your game, and you go to clients' houses, and based on what their likes and dislikes are, you renovate and redecorate and remodel their space. For example, if you have a client that likes the color red, then you add a couple of red objects so the game recognizes it as a red room, and then you get an excellent score from your client, and you work your way up through the ranks of the job. It's kind of a live career, but it is basically just build mode with some very minimal live mode gameplay. This is one of the most popular pack concepts for The Sims 4. I gave it a 3 out of 10, and that's because the gameplay is just pretty awful. I would say the build mode is obviously very good, considering it's a pack about actually building and renovating homes. It's got some cool build stuff. Ironically, though, I don't really like the build stuff that much, and I rarely ever use it, but I know a lot of people really love it. It actually comes with, like, you know, not that much decorative stuff, for example, things that you would actually like need to decorate a home, which is I just find kind of funny. On a personal note, I would just say it's one of those things where it's implemented so badly where it doesn't really work. The gameplay is actually quite buggy with the career, and again, it's just build mode and it's just basic bitch stuff. Like, I like the color pink, so you put a pink chair in the room and the client likes it. The end. Like, you don't really have to renovate the rooms properly. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't really like it, and I think you're gonna get this pack because you think you're gonna like it, but then you'll play with it and you'll realize, oh, it's actually pretty crap. Next up is The Sims 4 My Wedding Stories. This pack adds brand new wedding events into the game. For example, it comes with a hen do. I'm sorry, I don't know what Americans call that. You're gonna have to Google it. It comes with a stag do. It comes with like engagement parties, but then you've got the actual wedding ceremony, and you have different activities that you can do as a part of the ceremony and activities. This pack doesn't work, just like Dine Out. It literally doesn't work, and they've made so many attempts to kind of try to fix this pack, but none of them have really worked. I feel like genuinely they've just kind of given up with My Wedding Stories at this point because there's literally nothing they could do. It's beyond saving. I would say the world is the only good part of this pack. I gave this pack an overall score of 3 out of 10, although I did give the gameplay itself a score of 0 out of 10. I genuinely think the world is maybe the prettiest world in the entire game, honestly, but I don't really think it's worth getting it just for that. The build mode stuff is okay, like the cast is okay for new wedding outfits, obviously, but it pretty much makes weddings worse, which I just think is really funny. I can't recommend avoiding this pack enough. I know you're gonna get it anyway. I know what you're like. I've been doing this for enough years now. I know you're buying the pack anyway, but I promise you, you're gonna regret it, and you're gonna say, I wish I listened to Satch. The next Sims 4 game pack is Werewolves, and just like spellcasters and just like vampires, it's another one of those occult packs where it comes with like a skill tree where you work through all of the different powers that you can do. I think the world is pretty, but it's also pretty boring. It comes with like 2 werewolf packs in the world. One of them is an old-fashioned stubborn git werewolf pack, and the other one is a more modern werewolf pack, and you can kind of choose to be on which side you want to be with, or if you want to be a lone wolf. I actually think it's really in-depth, the pack system, and also like the personal characteristics of wolves and the ways that you can customize them in terms of their powers. Now, in terms of their physical appearance, in the UK, we have a cereal called Frosties. I think maybe in the US you call them Frosted Flakes, and it's got that tiger on them. That's what they kind of remind me of. Some people say they look like furries, which I also agree with. They definitely don't look like werewolves in the slightest. So perhaps they should have called this The Sims 4 Furries, but despite reviewing every pack for The Sims 4, I haven't actually reviewed The Sims 4 Werewolves yet, so I can't give you my score. I would just say personally, this is probably the best occult pack out of vampires and the Realm of Magic Spell spellcasters in this one. I would say werewolves are the coolest and they've got the most gameplay. And I think if you like supernatural gameplay, you won't regret it. I just want to say about game packs that they are a lot smaller than expansion packs and they're not as popular as expansion packs. And I think that's because people don't really get what they even are. I would say in general, they're more niche things where it's like you definitely have money and or hard drive or like computer storage space for it. Otherwise, it's just really not worth it for, I think, most people to get them. And now we're looking at stuff packs and I have a similar feeling as well. Like they are so niche. You do not need a stuff pack. It's only there if you're like truly desperate for the dopamine rush of buying something new. The first Sims 4 stuff pack is luxury party stuff, which comes with a buffet table and it comes with a very small amount of formal wear and an abysmal amount of build mode items that are allegedly luxurious. I gave this one a 1 out of 10. Need I say any more, guys? This is like a full 100% avoid. Avoid this pack more than you avoid your toxic ex. Next is the Sims 4 Perfect Patio stuff. This doesn't come with any new gameplay, really. It does come with the only normal looking hot tub in the game. So if you want a normal basic looking hot tub, then you've got to get it. I gave this one a 3 out of 10 in my review. Looking back, I kind of wish I gave it a lower score. Again, this is an avoid, obviously. The next stuff pack is called Kitchen Stuff, which comes with a modern kitchen set in the game, and it also comes with an ice cream making machine. This used to be the best looking kitchen in the game, but now it's not really the best looking kitchen in the game, and we recently got a base game update with a nice brand new kitchen, so you definitely don't need this pack anymore. I gave it a 5 out of 10 in my review. I kind of wish I gave it a lower score. I would definitely not bother. The next Sims 4 stuff pack is Spooky Stuff, and this pack comes with some costumes that you use for a Halloween party. It comes with a box of sweets, candy for the Americans, and you just pull something out and you get a plus whatever moodlet from whatever you eat. And it comes with a pumpkin carving station where you carve pumpkins, and that's pretty much it. It comes with the stuff to make your own Halloween party. I gave it a 3 out of 10 in my review. Funnily enough, a lot of the objects in this pack were actually repurposed later on for the seasons pack, but obviously they couldn't have just included it with seasons. They've had to keep it as its own separate thing. So although the seasons expansion pack is the holiday pack, which comes with Halloween, if you want, it comes with like one part of Halloween, but if you want the other half of Halloween, then you require Spooky Stuff because The Sims 4 is a predatory mess. That's why I would personally avoid this one. The next stuff pack is movie hangout stuff. This allows you to watch a movie at home. It doesn't come with a movie theater, and it's no different to watching TV. Just as your Sims would sit down and watch a TV show, now they can sit down and watch a movie. I gave this pack a 4.5 out of 10 in my review, and it's slightly higher score than the others because I actually think the build mode stuff is really nice. And although it's very, very niche, like extremely niche, I think the Creative Sims stuff is quite nice as well. This is one of those packs where everyone buys it because they love the idea of their Sims watching a movie, but then I think they're not really watching a movie. Like it's just the same as them watching TV. Like it's no different. So I can't say get this one at all. I don't like it. Next is the Sims 4 romantic garden stuff. They say it comes with lush Victorian garden decor, but is it Victorian or is it like ancient Greek or ancient Roman, or is it just like a little bit of all of those things merged into one? This is one of the most difficult packs to use from a build mode perspective, and the Creative Sims stuff is forgettable and not really that usable apart from one hairstyle. It comes with a wishing well in terms of the gameplay where you can wish for like money or love or whatever else and some other things, and it has a minor effects. I gave it a 3 out of 10 in my review. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a running theme with the stuff packs that they're not very good, and I don't really recommend any of them. Next up is the Sims 4 Kids Room stuff pack, and Simmers complained for ages that there's not enough gameplay for kids in this game, so instead of adding gameplay for kids in the base game, which they should have done, or added them to an expansion pack, they got their own stuff pack, and I would say this is one of the better stuff packs. I think the Creative Sim stuff is okay. It's not the best for kids, honestly, though. There is a kids, I just want to say, if you want casts for kids, there is a kit. I forgot what it's called, but it's It's basically just primarily for kids and it's a lot better. There's also a lot of great build stuff here, which I use all the time. And I think the gameplay is actually okay. It comes with like a void critter battle station, which is kind of like playing with Pokemon cards. It comes with a puppet show theater. It's just a dumb little stuff pack, but I would say they're one of the better out of the few. I gave it a 7 out of 10 in my score. I think if you want more gameplay for kids, then I'd probably play The Sims 2, to be honest. But I definitely think it makes kids feel a little bit more fun in The Sims 4, so I don't think you'd regret it if you're a family player. Next is The Sims 4 Backyard Stuff. This pack comes with a water slide, and it also comes with the ability to drink mayonnaise. Oh my god. I've been reading too many pack descriptions. Drink lemonade, not mayonnaise. So this pack is pretty abysmal. The Creative Sim is horrific. The build mode stuff is horrific. So is the gameplay. I gave it a 1 out of 10 in my review. I can't recommend avoiding this enough. Like the backyard slide thing, I promise you it's not fun. I know you're going to buy it anyway, but I promise you won't enjoy it. Either you listen or you don't. It's up to you. Next up is The Sims 4 Vintage Glamour Stuff. So this one comes with a small amount of vintagey looking Creative Sim and also build mode stuff, which is kind of like an old Hollywood style. It's definitely not enough to create a full build with, by the way. So I think you could make like a bedroom with it, but that's pretty much it. It comes with a vanity table where you can apply makeup, although you do that in CAS anyway, so I don't really get the point of doing that. It also comes with the ability to hire a butler, and I just want to say butlers just don't work. Vintage Glamour Stuff, like they do not function as intended at all. So I know it's a cool idea thinking like, oh, I'd love to have a butler in my game. I want to make a rich family and have a butler. I promise you the butler doesn't work. It's not doing shit. I gave Vintage Glamour Stuff a 5 out of 10. I think the build mode stuff is actually pretty nice here and I do use it a lot. It's just not really worth the money. Next up is The Sims 4 Bowling Night, which comes with the ability to create a bowling venue in the game. I find it hilarious, honestly, that EA put bowling in like its own separate stuff pack. Funnily enough, I don't really think it's that bad in terms of like build mode, create sim mode. Like it comes with all the stuff you need to create your own bowling alley. Like it's definitely sufficient for that. Bowling itself is not very good. It definitely highlights a lot of the issues with The Sims 4 in terms of action queuing and things and action cancelling and Sims being unable to multitask correctly and talk with each other in between bowls and actually look like they're having fun. It's very, very stiff and kind of awkward. I gave it a 6 out of 10 in my review, and looking back I'm thinking, why did I score this so highly? Because it's just pretty crap. It comes with the ability to make your own bowling community a lot, but bowling isn't very fun in the game. It's not like you can create a bowling club or anything with the pack, so I just don't think it's that good. Next is The Sims 4 Fitness Stuff. This pack comes with some pretty ugly athleisure wear, is it called? Where it's supposed to be like cutesy, but it is so ugly. Like it's so ugly. The build mode stuff, like maybe you would use it if you were creating a modern lot. Like I might use like one object from this pack like once a month or something. I gave this one a 2 out of 10. It literally just comes with a rock climbing wall. Like it just comes with a new rock climbing wall. What about all the other fitness activity things it could have come with? What an absolute flop. Next up is The Sims 4 Toddler Stuff. Just as Sims complained that there wasn't any gameplay for kids, they complained there wasn't any gameplay for toddlers. So they gave us a stuff pack instead of expanding on toddler gameplay properly. This one comes with a couple of new objects. For example, it comes with like a ball pit. It also comes with a slide, and it comes with, I don't even know what it's called, like a jungle gym kind of thing with like tunnels. It also comes with the ability to have toddler play dates, although toddlers don't actually exist in The Sims 4, by the way. Even though technically you can create your own, they don't exist. So even though it technically comes with toddler play dates, you can't actually have them because toddlers don't exist in the game. I gave this one a 2.7 out of 10 in my overall score. I think it comes with a little bit of nice new cast for toddlers, but it's really, really bad. It's very stiff and awkward. It does not make toddlers more fun in the game, I promise. Next up is The Sims 4 Laundry Day. So EA have found a way to monetize you washing your clothes, and all of you guys are eating this up because it's one of the most popular Sims 4 stuff packs, you bloody freaks. It comes with like a boho style with the build mode and with the create sim mode, which to be fair, I think is okay. I actually do use the build stuff here quite a lot. Weirdly, they tried to make doing your laundry feel in depth, but it just shouldn't exist as its own stuff pack. I gave it a 6 out of 10 in my review. I can't recommend buying a pack to do laundry. Like, that's just so EA and it's so predatory. Like, it literally makes me feel sick to the stomach. So no, I can't recommend getting this pack just to do your laundry, but for some reason people absolutely love it. I just can't understand why. I kind of can, because people love the mundane in The Sims, but it's just not that good. Next up is The Sims 4 My First Pet stuff. Important disclaimer, this pack requires The Sims 4 cats and dogs, so as well as getting The Sims 4 base game, you must then get The Sims 4 cats and dogs, otherwise My First Pet stuff will not function properly in your game. You must have The Sims 4 and cats and dogs in order for this to work. It comes with cute new outfits for your cats and dogs, mostly just dogs to be honest, but a couple of things for cats. It also comes with furniture that matches directly the aesthetic from the cats and dogs pack, so this leads people to believe it's basically leftovers from cats and dogs, and EA haven't denied this. A lack of a denial is not an admission of guilt, of course, but it's very apparent that this was probably going to be included with cats and dogs, but then they decided to resell it as My First Pet stuff pack in order to rinse more money out of players, and subsequently it worked. I gave this pack a 3.2 out of 10. I personally can't recommend it. Like, it literally just comes with a rodent cage and some cute outfits for your dogs and a couple for cats. Like, I just want to say the rodents as well, they don't really do anything. It's kind of basic, and this was so predatory, it's actually been banned from individual sale from both the Xbox and PlayStation store. So if you're a console player, the only way you're getting this pack, by the way, is if you purchase it in a bundle with cats and dogs. You can't buy it separately. It's only on PC and Mac you can. Controversially, My First Pet stuff is probably like the most popular stuff pack, or one of the most popular Sims 4 packs overall. And I just know if you're one of those people that just gets the Sims 4 because you want cute pets, like, you are going to buy My First Pet stuff, and you're probably not going to listen to me when I tell you that this is one of the most horrific packs. In fact, it is the number one worst pack for The Sims 4 ever. You're still gonna buy it, I know, and that's okay. I am judging you. Yes, I am. I'm judging your lack of taste and lack of self-restraint. I know you're going to regret it. I don't think you will. You're going to get it anyway. That's fine. That's your life choices, not mine. But I'm telling you, don't get it. Next up is The Sims 4 Moschino stuff. This comes with some Create a Sim stuff from the brand Moschino, like the real life Moschino brand. Ironically, it doesn't actually come with that much Create a Sim stuff. And the build mode stuff is just very basic to make a small photography studio. And it kind of comes with photography, but like the freelance fashion photography career, it's not very good. It's very badly implemented. And funnily enough, the fashion in this pack is absolutely terrible. Like, it's some of the worst fashion in the entire game. And it's literally a fashion brand collab. Like, this is not it. Like, it's so bad. I gave this one a 2.5 out of 10 in my review. Guys, please don't get the Moschino stuff pack. That's all I'm gonna say. If you want like really nice fashion, honestly, a lot of the kits have nicer fashion, honestly, if you have a browse through some of those. The Sims 4 Tiny Living stuff is the next Sims 4 stuff pack, and this kind of comes with new gameplay. It basically comes with a lot type called a tiny home, and how small you make your home depends on how many lot buffs you get. For example, like enhanced study, like skill gain, or enhanced plant growth. I think the CAS is actually really nice in this pack. I use it a lot. Ironically, the build mode stuff is pretty crap, even though this is a pack about building, which I think is quite funny. This one's weird because it doesn't really come with any gameplay because it's just like build mode, but I actually really enjoy it. The ability to make a tiny home, it's really fun, and technically you don't need this pack to do it at all. I gave it a 9 out of 10 in my review. On a personal note, if you really enjoy building in The Sims 4, I actually think you'll really enjoy this one. If you're a builder, I would say this is just like the number one pack to get, just because it makes building feel like more of a fun challenge. Next up is The Sims 4 Nifty Knitting stuff. Again, if you have a fetish for predatory boring microtransactions, this one is for you. I gave this a 3.6 out of 10 in my overall review. The Create Sims stuff is absolutely abysmal. It's ugly knitted shit. It comes with some ugly knitted build mode shit as well. And the kind of things you knit, they're not very nice. Like, you can sell them on Plopsy, which is like the Sims version of Etsy, but then again, that functionally, it doesn't work very well. Nifty Knitting is a huge flop. Don't bother. Next, we have the Sims 4 Paranormal stuff. And this is my favorite ever pack for the Sims 4, I just want to say. Everything is fantastic. I would say the Create Sims stuff here is absolutely fantastic. The build mode stuff is absolutely fantastic. And so is the gameplay. It is the most in-depth stuff pack that we've ever had for the Sims overall, to be honest. Out of all the Sims games, you can have a haunted house, which is a brand new lot type, which means that you get like little ghosts come up in your house, and your house is basically like haunted, like a horror movie. It's actually really cool. It also comes with a psychic medium career where you go to other people's houses and you perform like an exorcism of the house itself. It's quite fun, and it's like a live job with different gigs. And you can obviously you can't be a fortune teller, but you can basically like read into a crystal ball and like summon spirits. It's just so cool. I gave it a 9.5 in my review. Guys, as I said, this is my favorite ever Sims 4 pack. So if you enjoy supernaturally things, I definitely think you will not regret getting Paranormal stuff. I think it's good value for money at 50% off for sure. Next up is the Sims 4 Home Chef Hustle. So this pack comes with a very, very nice brand new kitchen set in the game. A lot of the builders say this is their favorite kitchen set in the game. It comes with like the cast is pretty awful, not gonna lie. The gameplay is all about coming with a brand new stand, a food sales stand, where it comes with slot placements where you can place a waffle maker and a pizza oven or any other small appliance from any other pack really, and you can basically make food and you can sell it on the go anywhere. You don't even have to be on a lot. You can literally set up your stall anywhere in any Sims 4 world. I gave it a 6 out of 10 in my review. It's very small. It just comes with the ability to make and sell food on the go, but I do admit I think it's a fun concept for the game, and I personally like it, and I do actually use it quite a lot. And next up we have the Sims 4 Crystal Creations. So this pack comes with a crystal making workbench in the game. I gave this one a 7 out of 10 in my review. I actually thought it was quite cool. I think the Create Sims stuff is all right looking, and so is the build mode stuff, as well as the crystal making workbench where you can basically craft and design your own jewelry. It also comes with like a crystal tree that you can grow in your garden. It also comes with like crystal bathing or something where you like put your jewelry outside to charge it under the moon, and it causes some special effects. And I definitely think the crystal customization here is quite good, and I think it integrates well with the base game. I actually think Crystal Creations is one of my favorite Sims 4 stuff packs, so I wouldn't say it's supernaturally. I would say it's more of like a business thing. Like if you like the idea of making and selling your own jewelry, then this is definitely a good pack for you. Now, in addition to Sims 4 expansion packs, stuff packs, and game packs, we also have kits. How on earth do I recommend a kit? Because they're very personalized. I own most of the kits, but I don't own all of them. The best way to look at a kit, honestly, is to look at other people's YouTube videos reviewing them, including mine, or you could literally just open up the Sims 4 and look over here. They do serve some purpose, some of them. For example, as I said before, if you want like new clothing for kids, then this is better than maybe getting the kids' room stuff pack, for example. Or if you want new swimming costumes, then maybe you could just get the poolside splash kit. Although I'm not reviewing kits because I just don't think it makes any sense. What I will do is just give you some of my personal favorites or ones that I personally use a lot. First up, Incheon Arrivals comes with some really nice fashion. As you see, it's very small, as with all the kits, but I do like the fashion in it. It's very minimalistic. The Blooming Rooms kit I use for building all of the time. I think the plants are very great for decorating. The Little Campus kit is probably my favorite kit because I really just like all the stuff. It's nice making a little backyard where you can do you know what I mean? Like you can have a cute fire pit and things. It's nice. The Everyday Clutter kit is very cash grabby, but I will be honest, I use a clutter in this all the time in every build. The Modern Luxe build kit, I personally like the style of this one. The Goth Galore kit, I actually really like the Goth Galore kit, and even though I'm not very gothic myself, I make my Sims goths all the time, so I do like this one. But as I said, like it's so individual, and they are like the big biggest microtransactions in the game, so I can't like recommend any of them really. And I just want to say kits are more so there for console players who have no access to custom content and mods. If you want brand new built stuff and create sim stuff, guys, get CC, okay? I know you're thinking, oh, I don't want to use CC because I can't share it on the gallery. Nobody's downloading the shit that you build on the gallery anyway. Nobody's downloading your ugly houses. Let's be brutal. The Sims is a personal game, so if you personally want to make nice builds, get CC online. This is what I have to say. Do not get any kits. These are solely for console players only. As I mentioned before, make sure you check out Instant Gaming. They have Sims 4 packs at very good prices, and I can't recommend it enough, and not buying them at full price at all because it's so much cheaper here. You're saving so much money, and I will link to it in the pinned comments and or description of this video. I'm hoping this has helped clarify some things with you in terms of some great Sims 4 packs. In addition to this kind of overall look at all of the packs, I have my individual brutally honest reviews, which are all unsponsored by EA, by the way. I'm not in the EA Creator Network, so there is not one single bias there. So you're getting like the real brutal honesty from me. And if you just want like an in-depth look in every single pack, then make sure you check out my reviews. Just type in on YouTube, SatchOnSims, Get Famous review, SatchOnSims, Vampires review, SatchOnSims, Growing Together review, and just see my review of any of the packs apart from Werewolves, because I didn't do that one. Other than that, guys, there's also mods that you can use. And again, I will link to some mod videos if you want to know what my favorite mods are right now, but these change all the time. So I guess you'll have to subscribe to keep up to date with my latest mod videos. And please like this video if you found it useful. It took me a very long time to create. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you in the next one.